My name is Divinely Koof, and I support this message. I am happy to be back. What's up, cousins? What's up, Divine Gang? We in this thing. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. How I purchased my first home at the age of 21, or my first camper at the age of 21. So if you're interested in this video, please stay tuned. Welcome to the channel where everything is campers, tiny houses, RVs, and more. If you're new to the channel, please become a part of the family, become a part of that Divine Gang. Really wanted this for a long time. This was like my big dream. Getting an RV, getting a camper, and yes, I'm calling this my place, my home. When you walk inside, when you come, right before you come inside, when you knock on the door, you look down at your feet, it's a mat that says home. So this is my home, y'all. So and a lot of people call, tiny homes home. You'll be surprised, couples, families, there's a lot of people who call tiny houses home. And I'm just here to tell you guys how you could do it. It's actually super affordable. Preach financial freedom to everyone and tell everybody that, this is the way out, in my opinion. At the age of 16, I was just on YouTube and I stumbled across RVs. Once I saw these RVs, I was like, why are people not living in these? I asked my mom. She said, no, people don't live in them. They vacation in them. Didn't even think about the idea. Some more years later, didn't even think about the idea. Then I came back to something I wrote down, and the idea was pretty much just like, buy an RV. So I end up getting back into it. I ended up going to the lots by myself a couple times, and the prices were always so high. I just never felt the confidence to be able to buy one. But I was wrong that whole time. I didn't even know that buying an RV can be as simple as purchasing a vehicle and making payments on it. So buying a mobile home, buying a camper can be as simple as just making a payment on it. All you have to do is open up a line of credit. Once my mom broke it down to me, and once, my mom really pushed me to do it, we sat with an agent, and the agent broke down everything for us. We found a good price. Some RVs can be very, very expensive depending on the year, depending on the model, depending on the square footage. All of those things are really, key to the price. At the age of 21, I was telling my mom that I wanted to do this. I ended up getting 2 jobs, and I was working at Walmart and I was working at the YMCA. I know that sometimes I don't tell my whole story, and I apologize about that. But I was working at Walmart and the YMCA. I was working both of those jobs, and at the time I was going to film school. Then at a point I was also cutting grass and working as a lifeguard, which was cool, but they were both outside, so I was like really tan and really tired. Sat down with my mom, we ran all the numbers, and once we realized that I can finance a mobile home that's $20,000, and over those years of financing it, eventually I'm going to own what I call my home. So this is when we talk about credit. So credit is really important when you do want to finance anything. But so the higher your credit score, the lower your down payment. The lower your credit score, the higher your down payment, and and that also depends on the companies that will lend to you. So the companies don't want to lend to you if you have bad credit or if you have things on your credit. If you are one of those people who are like, oh my God, I have bad credit, Credit Karma. Credit Karma will literally show you everything that's on your credit, and then you can call these people and make payments and get those things off of your credit. And you don't have to pay those things back immediately. They will set up payment plans. Sometimes, when you get things in the mail, when you get things in the mail from them, or when you get those calls and they tell you one price, sometimes you do have to wait a little while longer, and they'll give you a different price. They'll be like, hey, if you pay this amount, you're da-da-da. But like I said, just set up a payment plan and just make payments on those things. So eventually it'll be off your credit, and that can help your credit. So you want to make sure that you're helping your credit. And also, if you're going to go do something like an apartment, a car, anything, you're going to need a co-signer if you do not have good credit. So this is just me giving you the rundown about credit. And sometimes it's not even that you have bad credit. You might not just have, I don't want to say like enough credit, but your credit score might not be as high. And you know, even if you did pay these things off, your credit score might not be as high, because this is what happened in my case. I paid a lot of my things off. My credit score wasn't as high, but you might need a cosigner. It just depends on how much you want to put down. Like I said, credit score is going to depend on how much you want to put down. That's something you might want to keep in mind. You know, get those things off your credit. If you have a reliable cosign, it could benefit both of you guys. It'll help your credit and it'll help their credit. And then towards the end, you can always get it back, put back in your name. You can get everything 100% back in your name while you know, you help the friend out, or while a friend helped you out. You guys can really help each other out. You know, get a cosign. No credit isn't bad credit. Just because you haven't had any line of credit, that's not a bad thing. Sometimes that's a good thing. Like I said, it just depends on the lending. Yeah, I've been financing my RV for 4 years now. Like I said, I had a cosigner for a while. It was my mom. So my mom co-signed. My mom was like, hey, it's time for you to go ahead and refinance. My mom was like, you need to ask him about refinancing. I'm like, okay, let me ask. So I asked, you know, they pretty much just update everything. They look at how well you've been making payments, and I was doing really good. So it was like lawn care was just too much, like doing both. So I ended up stopping doing lawn care. I talked to my boss. My boss ended up giving me a raise. Shout out to Tina. She ended up giving me a raise, and she ended up like putting me into like different categories. Like that's just something to think about, like when you're looking at a living situation. If you're thinking about moving out with your parents, it really don't matter how old you are. Like I say, stay with your parents until, you know, you really ready to go. Like until you really have fun. Like stay with your parents. And when I say that, when you really have fun and when you really saved a lot of money, those are the two things. Was like, okay, I done already did that. I'm getting money. I'm getting big boy money now. Let me go. Anywho, refinance worked out great. I was super ecstatic. I was super excited. I ended up getting everything transferred into my name. So now everything is in my name. The RV is solely mine. I'm telling y'all all my business. Yeah, so the RV's fully in my name. I'm almost done paying it off. You know, when you are making these payments, make sure you're making large sum payments. This is for anything that you're paying for on credit. Sometimes pay like $20 more. You know, if it's $100, if it's $300, pay $360 every month. If it's $400, pay $450 every month. I don't know. Just add that little extra. So I did a lot of that. My mom put me onto that. Yeah, so just make sure you always like are making your payments on time. Or, you know, this is what I feel like is a good start for like any individual, single, married, you know, whatever. I just feel like it's just not talked about a lot, and I kind of feel like it's something that's just kind of like, it's been growing for a long time. You know, the tiny house community is huge now compared to when I was younger, and it was just like really becoming a movement. So I'm really happy to be a part of the movement. And like I said, I just want to spread knowledge that you can become a homeowner at such a young age and be able to move and be able to go where you want to go and be able to travel. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Divinely Koof. Shout out to the Divine Gang. I'm signing out. Remember that you are on divine timing. Everything is happening in divine timing. I love you guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video.